This is DJ Rubbish on the ones and twos. And I just come here to let y'all know it's about to get real filthy in this mother.
I really hope not, because that was. I mean, I do. I really do hope it is better than the first one, but I kind of hope it's not.
I'm trying to cut it out on the likes. All right. This is episode 1 of In Todd We Trust. We will be reviewing A Star Is Born today. Nura and I actually already recorded a 30-minute episode prior to this. That went horribly. We talked about everything
but the movie.
We touched on Emma Stone, slavery, Pearl Harbor. I don't know how we got off on these tangents. If you haven't seen the movie, it touches on none of those topics. But we're back at it, and we only have this room for another 8 minutes. So we're gonna try and make this brief, but then get in as much valuable information as possible.
Yes.
So, like I said, I have Nura Wilkinson here. Just found that out last episode too. I was not sure if her last name was Wilkinson or Raisa. I have it incorrectly in my phone still. I will change it after this.
No, please don't.
Her full name is Nura Raisa Wilkinson. So
now that everybody knows.
Fun fact.
So fun fact. Yeah, I don't like that still. Still hate that.
Yeah, sorry that I'm putting it out there.
Yeah,
but not sorry.
It's okay. It's cool.
You can stream this on Spotify, iTunes podcast, and you can also watch on YouTube. If you're doing any of those three, appreciate it. I don't know how great this is going to be or how long I'll be doing it, but stay tuned. All right, so you want to get into the movie this time? Are we going to do it the right way?
Sure, yeah, let's try.
So, starting out, do you want to give us the IMDb description?
Sure. Oh my god, I think hold on, let me see.
If you still have it up, that'd be go.
Yeah, 1 second. I can find it again. So sorry. I closed it out, actually.
No, that's fine.
But it was really basic, so we don't have time. Hold on, I'm almost there. I promise. Okay, it's loading. Alright, a musician helps a young singer find fame even as age and alcoholism send his own career into a downward spiral. Ooh, crazy. Not really.
So, yeah, so that's the movie. Do you want to go chronological in just like scene by scene, or do you just want to give your overview?
I'll give my overview.
Cool. All right.
Because I'm not gonna lie, there was parts of the movie where I kind of zoned out. I didn't fall asleep, but I was just kind of like bored. Okay. So going scene to scene, I might be like, ooh. Yeah. I might have missed that one.
Give your overall feeling from start to finish, just kind of.
Yeah. Starting, I immediately hated Bradley Cooper's accent. That is my biggest complaint about the movie. He sounds like he is from Texas, not Arizona, which kind of drives me crazy. His songs were not that great. I really didn't like the story. I'm trying to think what else. Wow. Yeah, I'm just, as I said in the first episode, I hate love. And I really didn't. I didn't mean that, but like, I really just don't like romance movies in general. I don't like the story. I think they're all the same. I think they're all very boring and cliche. And this one was not different. So, yeah. So okay. I love Gaga. I love Bradley Cooper as actors and actresses. I think they did great playing a role. I just didn't like them in this role.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fair. So. I'll preface this with saying, leading up to the movie, I love Gaga, so I was expecting this to be the greatest movie of the year. I was telling everyone this is about to be the best movie of the year. Right behind, honestly, have you seen Christopher Robin? Not to get off on a tangent.
Here we go. No, I have not.
Yo, Christopher Robin is up there. That might be my number one movie of the year. Anyway,
I'm writing this down.
Please write it down.
Yeah.
Disney movie.
Got it.
But anyway. I was expecting this to be really great. Love Gaga. She's top 5 favorite pop artist for me all time. So I had high expectations seeing her in an acting role. I really like Bradley Cooper as well, like most of his movies. And I actually, contrary to you, really enjoy romance movies, rom-coms, chick flicks, whatever
Yeah,
you
we
want to
found
call
out
them.
likes chick flicks, guys.
Yeah, so, whatever. But yeah, no, so I was really looking forward to it. And I like musicals for the most part. I know that you mentioned to me prior to this that you're not huge on musicals.
Yeah, no.
Not that I would necessarily. I don't know if this would be.
Yeah, is this considered a musical though?
I don't know. I would just say they're singing.
There's a lot of singing. A lot of singing.
Again, with you, the accent on Bradley was like, and his singing. I felt like he had too many selections. Like I get it.
Yeah.
You have a better voice than I would have expected. He can definitely hold a note, but next to Gaga, it's like she's eclipsing you. So I'd rather you take like a backseat role, maybe have like be a background singer, but instead, and like when you listen to the soundtrack, he's taking the lead on a lot of the songs, and I'm like, what are you doing, Bradley? Like, I kind of felt like he made this film just so that he could live out a dream of his to be an artist.
Wait, do you think he's coming out with an album?
Yo, if he can, come on now. If Bradley Cooper comes out with an album, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm coming out with an album. If he comes out with an album,
mixtape.
Release
that mixtape.
My mixtape might come anyway. You know what I mean? I just don't know.
I'm so excited.
I don't know if the streets are ready, but I can't decide if I want to do a mixtape again. Not getting off on a tangent again. I don't know if I want to do a mixtape or a Christmas album first. Christmas EP. I won't get it.
Well, you need to talk to Javis and Drew. They are planning on caroling.
Ooh, I want no parts of that. I've heard. I've never heard Drew sing. I've heard.
He's actually very good.
Drew?
Yeah, Drew.
Yeah,
really
I would believe that. I would believe that.
Yeah, he's really good.
It matches his aesthetic. Like I feel like he's not the type that would like.
True Love. Shout out right there.
Shout out True Love, man. But Javis, I've heard Javis singing. I've heard Javis attempt to sing.
I was gonna say, was it singing? Or
yeah, I've heard Javis talk loudly, over a beat. But anyway, overall the movie, I thought it was decent. I had super high expectations. I guess the story for me is that I had super high expectations and it didn't meet up to that. It was somewhat cliche, but I also think that it was different in the sense that usual like rising star movies, you'll have the star that forgets where they came from and they leave all their friends behind, and their partner or friends, family get super jealous of them and try to bring them down or whatever, and they have a humbling moment or experience that then brings them back. And I felt like in this, it was more predicated on Bradley Cooper trying to get over his addiction. Yeah. That he ended up failing to do so at the end of the movie, which I didn't see coming either. Like the scene with the dog outside the garage was like, dang. And I'm like thinking like still like, okay, they're gonna rush there and they're gonna get to him in time, and then he's gonna like get clean this time, and then that doesn't happen. So that kind of like messed me up. I like happy endings even if they're predictable. So that messed me up. His path through the movie, it was hard to watch. Like it was a lot of parts where it was just super hard to watch because you could start to see, and you could see, they started to show us how she could even tell when he was about to go off on like a bender. So that was rough. Dave Chappelle, don't know why Dave Chappelle was in there. I saw him in the trailer. I was like, cool, all right, it's about to be like a funny element into it. He was almost in there because he probably was like friends with one of the actors, or probably real good friends with Gaga or Bradley Cooper or both. So yeah, I mean, overall it was decent. I wouldn't say necessarily go pay full price to go to the movies. If you go on a matinee, maybe on a Sunday, that wouldn't be the worst decision. But overall, it was kind of boring. Like it kind of dragged. Like you start out. I feel like you start on a high note. Gaga selections in it. It's probably like 3 or 4 really standout tracks on the soundtrack. But the first one she sings, please say the name for me because I don't know how to pronounce it.
Levy and Rose.
That is the name. That is my favorite song on there, and I had goosebumps listening to that when it came on. So that was definitely the highlight. Start out, and then after that, it kind of just, when she's getting famous, you're starting out with their love story. I'm with it, and then you get to like it's probably like the movie's like 2 hours 16 minutes, I think. You get to like hour 20, hour 30 mark, and it's like, yo, when is this gonna end? Like,
I was ready for
anytime now this can end. So it wasn't the greatest performance wise. I mean, acting wise, it was pretty good outside of Bradley Cooper's accent. I felt like I feel like they did a good job. Like I feel like Gaga did a good job for like her first like main acting gig. That was outside. I know she did movie wise anyway.
Yeah.
I know she was in American Horror Story. I didn't watch that.
I didn't watch
Not
that
a fan.
either. Sorry, not a fan of those.
But I heard she did well in there. But anyway, as far as movies, thought she did well. Soundtrack was alright. I know we talked about this before. Someone asked me about where I compared to La La Land because they knew how much I loved that soundtrack. It's not even close.
Can't compare.
I know that you.
Even though I didn't like that movie either.
Thank you. All right. Well, you at least know that.
I do know that at least.
All right. And that's okay. That's an odd point too, because as I was thinking about that when they asked me, I said, obviously La La Land.
Yeah.
But then it's crazy because obviously Emma Stone can't sing better than Gaga, not even close. And
no, but she does a great job.
She did a great job for the movie, movie and for the song. She did a great job for sure. And then I'd say that Ryan Gosling can't sing better than Bradley Cooper. That one's more close. Like that one is more debatable.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that one's more debatable. But I would still say Bradley Cooper gets them. But just the music and the selections that they had, and I feel like Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling stuck to what they could do, where I feel like Bradley Cooper tried to go outside of his box a little bit, and he kind of outkicked his coverage as far as singing is concerned. So, but overall, I'd say maybe wait till it comes on HBO. Wait till it comes on TV and then check it out there. But and I hate to say that because of how hyped up I was about it, how much I love both of them. But yeah,
there's so many people that were like, you have to go see this movie,
yeah,
and I was just like,
it.
People overhyped this movie way too much, and I think it was just because Lady Gaga was in it.
Yeah, so,
honestly.
Whatever. If you go see it, exactly. So, so not the hottest on it, but not bad.
No, it wasn't terrible.
Well,
no, it was bad. No, I lied.
All right.
Sorry.
She's sticking by it.
I'm sticking by it. I'm trying to change my opinion just because I really love both of them, but I can't. I hate it so much.
Call spade a spade.
Yeah.
So.
I hate it.
That is our view on A Star Is Born. I'd say I give it a 6 point. I'm gonna change it.
I was gonna say I'm changing mine. Sorry.
I'm definitely changing mine. I'm going 6.5.
Wow. Okay, so you change it by 0.3 decimals.
I think so. Yes.
Okay. I am changing mine to a whole 4.7 because I realized I gave it so 6 is so 5 is obviously okay, and 6 is okay, there could be something, but I'm saying I hate it, so I gotta go below at least 5.
You gotta stick by.
I gotta stick by my limits.
That's fair. We'll see how this movie ages. Sometimes there's movies that I'll go back and rewatch that I end up liking more. I don't know if this would be one of those. And vice versa. Some movies I really like, I watch again. I'm like, wow, this movie is not good. So I don't know. We'll see with this one. Example which was a really good movie, a really good trilogy, was the Batman trilogy.
Okay.
The most recent one.
I was gonna say
not Ben Affleck, but I don't.
Ben Affleck's talk about accents. Ben Affleck's voice in Batman is just hilarious.
Yeah, it's really.
It's
I don't
bad.
like those new DC ones, but that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, no. As far as that trilogy, the third one in theaters, I was like, yo, I'm not with this. And then I watched it again. I was like, yo, I'm tripping. This is great. Bane was great. The story was dope. I hate seeing I hate seeing the good guy get super beat up, and then he's not even in half the movie because his back is broken. So anyway. Now to get off on a tangent, what is a trailer that you're really excited about?
The Grinch. I just watched it for the first time maybe a couple days ago, and I'm so excited. I found out that Benedict Cumberbatch is in it, so even more so excited to go see that. Probably this weekend now that I've thought about it too much. I have to go see it. So I will be in Chicago. Just gonna go watch a movie, because I can't do that here.
That's why you go to Chicago.
That's why I go to Chicago.
What
about you?
I told you to watch the trailer, and I didn't watch the trailer. I forgot to watch it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just said The Grinch because it's gonna be awesome.
I think that's gonna be the next movie I'm gonna review. I'm pretty sure. I'm 90% sure. I have a guest.
If our first taping of this didn't go so shitty, I feel like I would have come back for that.
Yeah. I mean, maybe maybe when they come out with another Grinch movie in another 10 years.
I'll be here.
One. Or we'll just review the Jim Carrey one for the heck of it.
Ooh,
in a month.
that'd be cool.
So I actually wouldn't mind ranking all 3.
That'd be awesome. I'm gonna have to watch.
Maybe a Christmas episode. I don't know. We'll see.
Yo, with that Christmas stars on there, I can't even speak right now.
Wow. So excited.
So excited. I love Christmas.
I do too. I'm really pumped. I have a really good playlist.
I'm ready to watch Turkey.
Do you have? Yeah. Do you have Spotify or Apple Music?
Spotify. I have both actually.
Good. Okay, I have both too.
Sorry.
Thank you. All right.
I mean, there's so many artists that are on.
Thank you. Okay, see, most people are like, "Yo, you're crazy. Why do you have two? That's a waste of money." I'm like, "You're tripping."
No, that's definitely not a waste of money. Trust me.
I will share my
so
playlist
excited.
with you.
He shared another playlist with me guys earlier.
Thoughts?
Kali
Uchis?
Yeah.
Oh, we went to the Kali Uchis concert together too. Like, what was that? 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago. Honestly, I can't stop listening to her.
Solid. She has it might not be a start to finish album for everyone. For me, I thought it was pretty good from start to finish, but it's definitely one where you're gonna pick out at least one song that you really like. For me, I had a handful.
I had a week to listen to this album before we went to the concert, and I memorized 4 of the songs. So you know, just saying, Todd's a great recommendation. I don't know if that's a word, but
I don't know. I'll put it in my bio. Recommendation. All right. So we'll stop there. Thank you all for listening. Again, you can go listen on Spotify, iTunes, podcast, and watch on YouTube.
Are we gonna post that first one that we did? Because I recommend people to listen to that.
Gosh,
it's hilarious.
if you can hear the first one, I probably won't. Maybe like in like a year we post like spoofs.
Okay.
Or something like we do like a spoof episode.
Oh,
I just post all the like terribleness episodes
that was not terrible, guys.
It was great content for us. Like it was first of all, it was 30 minutes long.
I've never cried so much in my entire life.
We were cracking up re-listening to it. We went off on so many tangents, but yeah. So we're gonna try to cut this one where it needs to be cut, and then when it needs to be in it.
We did a
Thank you
great
all
job.
for listening.
Bye.
Peace.